question that I get almost all the time is, what are some of the most affordable area here in Charlotte? Guess what? In today's video, we are about to discuss 7 areas that are still affordable here in Charlotte. Okay, not only will I show you those areas on the map, I will also give you a few key things to look out for why this area is still affordable, great area to invest in or buy in. If you stay tuned to the end of this video, what I'll do is I'll give you my number 1 pick out of the 7 areas. The first area is the 28212 zip code. This zip code right here. Zip code, a mid-size, as in about 43. It has a good population, yet is not overcrowded compared to some of the other zip codes. A very laid-back area. A lot of older, long-term resident. Number 2 on my list, 28213 zip code. My opinion is a little bit more vibrant and has mixed generation compared to 28212. The University of Charlotte, UNCC, is located somewhere over here. This area is very vibrant and has a mixed generation, very much so compared to 28212 at the bottom here. The third zip code on my list, 28262, has few Fortune 500 companies, has one of Wells Fargo largest campus center. You have the IBM Research Park, Honeywell office here. You do have Duke Energy has an office, a pharmaceutical company quarter in 28262. Next on my list is the 28215 zip code, a little bit larger zip code, somewhat similar to 28212. It had that small town feel with a strong sense of community. We have a lot of long-term residents just like 28212. Now let's talk about my top 3 most affordable area here in Charlotte. And without keep you waiting, coming on number 3 is the zip code of 28216 zip code. This zip code right here. Okay. The reason why 28216 is top 3 on my list, in fact, I don't know why I didn't put it as the top 1, but I'll put it at top 3. Okay. 28216 is about mid-size, 53,000 resident in 28216. So it's not a small zip code and it's not a big zip code. 53,000 is a decent sized zip code. Home of North Lake Mall, so it's well known. When I first moved to Charlotte, 28216 for me was known as the North Lake Mall area, so that's what I know 28216 is defined by. Also, 28216 is home to some of the well-known neighborhoods that are making name for themselves, such as Smallwood. If you're an investor or you are one who has been living in Charlotte for a while, you know Smallwood, Biddleville, Overlook. Those are some of the neighborhood here in 28216. 28216, just like the other zip code that I just discussed, has a little bit of mixed generation. The one thing that set this zip code apart is the proximity to Uptown. I know I told you, if you stick with me, I'll tell you. This zip code is the only zip code that we'll discuss today that has a direct access to Uptown Charlotte. What I mean by direct access to Uptown Charlotte, depending on where you are within 5-minute commute to downtown Charlotte. Okay, so this zip code push itself down to the inner side of Charlotte. But before we discuss that, let's talk about other thing. The median home sales price here in 28216 is about 347,000, which is still below to 28215 and 28262. When it comes to home in 28216, we can look and see that though it has a lot to offer, it is still very affordable. The cheapest home, well, you got a lot of option here too. You got a total of 116,000 home, 116 home for sale currently in 28216. So a lot of option. The cheapest home here is 180,000 in Washington High. So Washington High is one of those communities that is going through a gentrification. As you can tell, this home here is boarded out. Most likely an investor will purchase this home, renovate, and sell it for more than what it's going for. It is currently assessed at 175,000 and currently on the market at 181,000. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square foot. The next available home is one on Lincoln High, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot, go on the market at 189. Another area that is going through a lot of change here in Charlotte, being gentrified. Another one in Washington High. So some of this older community here in Charlotte are being gentrified. Okay, and because of that, this zip code is 28216 is getting a lot of money being poured into this zip code. So if you want looking for an investment property, you are looking for an area that is going through changes, perhaps you may want to consider 28216. Now let's look at most expensive home. And the other reason why 28216 should have been my number one pick. We have a home here in Overlook. Okay. Overlook is a very well-known subdivision in 28216. In fact, my wife and I we at one point consider moving into Overlook. It never happened. We drove through the community. We love it very much. So we just never moved in. Overlook is one of those community in 28216 that is very, very well known, very established. In fact, this home in Overlook is a 2-story home with a basement, almost 6,000 square foot, 6-bedroom, 5-bath, listed at 1.5 million. Now, why is this property so expensive? Because of this. This is one of the reasons why. This is the view of Uptown Charlotte. That's how close you are to Uptown Charlotte. Okay. The next reason why this property is so expensive, this. So 28216, if you look on the map, rub shoulder with the lake fingers. So the zip code has direct access to the lake, some of the lake fingers. So 28216 is one of the zip code that has best of the both worlds. You can be on this side and be close to Uptown, or you can be on this side and be close to the lake. You choose depending on your pocket or depending on what part of town you want it to be in. You have access to both worlds. So the lake is over here where you can get to Mount Lake going into Belmont, Mount Holly, or you can be on this side of town and be right front row seat to Uptown Charlotte. And as you can tell, this one here is on the lake with direct access to the lake. A very private community. Look how private this is. And this is the lake shoreline. Have your own private dock. So beautiful property, have a little beach. So great home if you want looking to move to Charlotte and wanted to still be close to the city. Perhaps you might want to consider this. It is still very affordable. Let's see what is going on when it comes to condo and townhome. So if you are looking for condo and townhome, you can still get condo and townhome in 28216. So there are some affordable 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath on Holly Ridge. Let's see here. Townhome that is on the market for $235,000. 1,000 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, to some of the most expensive one, some of the new construction here in Smallwood. I don't know if you recall at the beginning of my conversation, I mentioned Smallwood to you. Smallwood is a very known, very established community right here in 28216. It was once an older community. In fact, this year, perhaps the investor probably bought the house, tear it down, and building a townhome for resale. So Smallwood is very close to Uptown Charlotte. You are within 5-10 minutes, depending on where you are in Smallwood. Smallwood, there's another one in Smallwood that an investor is building. It's built a 2,500 square foot townhome built in 2022 that is on the market for almost $700,000. Why? Because of the proximity to Uptown. There's another one in Biddleville, another community that I mentioned to you called Biddleville. This little pocket are located right here. So between LaSalle, this area, this is where they're located. So you have a front row seat to Uptown Charlotte, and because of that, there's a high demand for this home here in those areas. So if you looking to be in 28216, want to be Uptown, perhaps you might consider some of those Smallwood, Biddleville, LaSalle area. If you looking for privacy and want to be by the lake, yet you can still be on the lake, living in 28216. So overall, great zip code. I don't know why I didn't put 28216 as my number one pick. Yeah, I still believe that it is a very great zip code to be in. Now, when it comes to ranking, niche.com has 28216 rated as a B+ for overall, B for public school, A for diversity, B+ for good place for family, and number 88 as one of the most diverse zip code in North Carolina. So far, almost every single one of this area, none of them is below the B grading. So I hope you are keeping track of the rating. They're all great area, location wise, well situated. I mean, 28216 for me is location. And depending on where you are 10 minutes to Uptown Charlotte. You have access to all major highway, I-85, I-485, I-77. So you have all three highways that cross in 28216. And also when it comes to just everything about 28216, in my opinion, is a deal. Okay, you are right next to Huntersville, one step, and you are in Lake Norman. So taking 28216 and put 28216 on your map. This is Huntersville I mentioned to you. So if you want consider moving into Charlotte and want it to be near the lake, which is over here, or near Uptown, don't want it to be too far, and still looking for an affordable area to consider, perhaps 28216 might be the one put one on your map. Okay, last two, and we'll be done with this video. So the last two zip code on my list, coming on number 2 is the 28214 zip code. This zip code right here. Bam. Why 28214 number 2 on my list? Let's talk about 28214 first. So 28214 is a mid-size zip code just compared to the others. 40,000 residents. 28214 has a pocket that was, as a whole, 28214 has been established for a while. Somewhat similar to 28215. Yeah, exactly. I'll compare 28214 to 28215, just the opposite side, and a little bit smaller. Very established, older community, is going through a lot of changes, a lot of development happening in 28214. One of the main reasons why I also put 28214 as my number second, the airport is within 5 minutes away. Charlotte Douglas International Airport is within 5 minutes to 28214. Depending on where you are in 28214, you are within 5 minutes to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. In fact, 28214 is right here. So it comes back all the way here. So depending on where you are here, you are within 5 minutes from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Uptown Charlotte, you can jump on Wilkinson Boulevard and drive down Wilkinson Boulevard, and within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you are in Uptown Charlotte. So the location of 28214 is just ideal. Okay. Another reason why 28214 is on top of my list as number 2. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Whitewater Center. If you're one in Charlotte, you'll know about Whitewater Center. If you're somebody who like the outdoor, well familiar with the Whitewater Center, the Whitewater Center is in 28214 and is located right here. Okay. In fact, I believe that their canoe Olympian train at the Whitewater Center. It has all kind of outdoor activities, all type of outdoor activities. The people that live choose to come in to visit Charlotte just to go to the Whitewater Center. So being in this area gave you front row seat to Whitewater Center, Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and to put a caveat on top of it, you have access to the lake as well too. Okay, just like 28216, Fingers of the Lake, 28214 Rob Shoulder Way, part of the lake as well too. So you have direct access to the lake, Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and within distance to Uptown Charlotte. Okay, so location, I know I skipped a stage, but location here in 28214 is one of the reasons why I put 28214 as number 2 on my list. Now let's talk about real estate. The medium sales price in 28214 is a little higher. Okay, par is probably the highest one of all of them. It is at 365,000. Yes, a little bit higher, right? Because of what is going on in this pocket over here is making the price of the whole area a little bit higher. Well, that's talking about 28216, 28214. Okay, because of also there are a lot of projects coming. I don't know if you guys have heard yet. They're predicting a new development that they have been waiting on just past the River District, supposed to happen in 28214. That is supposed to be a very large major project here in Charlotte. So I'm sure 28254 residents are very excited about this project because it will bring a lot of value, a lot of employment, a lot of misuse development, everything into the zip code. Now let's talk about 28214. So when it comes to single family home in 28214, what do we have? 132 active listing. So a lot of option here as well too. So don't say that we don't have option in 28214. There's a lot of option in 28214 as well. They are ranging anywhere from, let's see, 75,000. Can you believe it? 75,000 for a manufactured home, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,300 square foot on 0.03. If you want something, a single family itself, this is another manufactured home. That's 1-story manufactured home, 1,700 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and is on the market for $190. Okay, very nice, clean. Next home is this single family home here in Forest Pawtucket. Forest Pawtucket is one of those well-established known community in 28144, and it's right by the airport. This home here is a full brick 975 square foot home, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, that is on the market for $213,000, still well below the medium sales price here in Charlotte. So yes, there are still homes. You can still buy a home in Charlotte, and there are still affordable home here in Charlotte. The most expensive home here in 28214 is this new build by Keystone. I've toured this home. It is a beautiful, beautiful home, and here's why it's so expensive. As I mentioned to you earlier, access to the lake. This home has direct access to the lake. It's a 2-story with a basement, 4,300 square foot, built in 2022, and is on the market for $1.5 million. Look how beautiful that home is. Very, very beautiful home. 1.5 will get you a 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath, 4,300 square foot in the vineyard on Lake Wiley, new construction by Keystone, and you'll be right on the lake. So you have a little bit of everything. You have the lake view, you have the lake home, you have home by the airport. You literally have everything in 28214, and hence why 28214 is number 2 on my list. Now, another reason why I put 28214 as number 2, when it comes to rating, it is rated at A- by niche.com. B for public school, A for diversity, A- for good place for family, and number 31 as one of the most diverse zip code in North Carolina. So most diverse zip code in North Carolina, number 31. So overall, in my opinion, 28214 is the zip code itself is a selling point. Okay, I-45, I-85. You have access to all major highway. The new project, the River District project coming into 28214, in my opinion, is one that will make me put my eyes on 28214 if I'm looking to invest. You have access to Route 16, which will take you all the way to Denver, to the lake. Literally 28214 just have it all. Okay, it has everything that you need to call it home, and it's still affordable. So if you want who travels a lot, you want direct access to the airport, why not look into the vineyard Lake Wiley? The vineyard is located somewhere over here and give you direct access to the airport. In fact, depending on where you are in 28214, you will literally see flight in and out almost daily. Okay, so 28214 is number 2 on my list. I hope so far this video has been helpful. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but we are almost at the end. So coming in last, okay, save best for last. The best of it all, the reason why, the one that I pick as the number 1 overall pick on my list is the zip code called 28269. This zip code over here. I won't even call it zip code. I'll call it a mini city. That's how big this zip code is. I used to live in 28269. I did a lot in 28269. My first apartment was in 28269, so I know this area very well. Okay, total of 78,000 residents. 78,000. So it is a very large pocket of area in Charlotte. Okay, covered 28269 pretty much is the king of North Charlotte. The Mala Creek, the Prosperity is the king of North Charlotte, in my opinion. It has a very unique, it is very dominant on the north side of Charlotte. It has a blend of everything. Okay, you have the young professionals, you have the retiree, you have the mid-age. So 28269 is just a great melting pot between mature to established crowd. You have everything in 28269. Great place for families, in my opinion. Okay, it is known for, it's home to one of the very, very, very well-known subdivision here in Charlotte called Highland Creek. You can ask anybody in Charlotte, and they know of Highland Creek. So Highland Creek, Rodbourne, Hampton Place, those are some of the subdivision here in 28269. Now, 28269 is not cheap, okay? Yeah, it's still below the medium sales price in Charlotte. It's not cheap, but it's still affordable. The medium sales price in 28269 is at 370,000. So you are flying below the medium sales price in Charlotte at 370,000. Real estate in 28269, let's talk. Let's see what we have. So when it comes to real estate in 28269, there are a total of 156 homes that are currently on the market. Okay? They are ranging anywhere from 200,000. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home here. Tanglewood, full brick, 1,042, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. So being very nice. Yeah, just a little better. Not bad. This one is on a quarter of an acre, 200,000. You get your home. So if you're one looking for a home, you know what you're doing with your hand. This perfect home to lock in. To as one of the most expensive home here in 28269 is this property, a $2 million property, 10-acre on Perkins Road. So I'm sure this one is being sold because of the dirt. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 10-acre, almost 11-acre home, 1,300 square foot that is on the market for $2 million. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's very clean, very nice. Look like it has been renovated. So this home is currently on the market for 200,000. I'm sure there's some other home. Now, 28269 has a blend of everything too. So you can tell this is in Griffith Lake is a brand new community that is coming on right off W.T. Harris by Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers are building a beautiful community here right off W.T. Harris. This home here is a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bath, 39, almost 4,000 square foot, 3,900 square foot. That is on the market for $898. I don't know if you know much about Toll Brothers, but they don't do nothing less than luxury. Okay, most of the home by Toll Brothers, beautiful home, luxury style home. In fact, I went to one of their home and it just jaw dropping. So 28269 has a blend of everything from new construction to older established. In fact, Highland Creek, their home here in Highland Creek, is one of those very well-known community. Has five different clubhouse, I believe, different amenity pools, has its own, what is it called? You have a country club. I mean, it just have everything. Almost all the family, literally every 1 out of 3 family in North Charlotte lives in Highland Creek. That's how large this community is. I mean, don't quote me, but yeah, that's how popular Highland Creek is. It's a very well-known area. Let's see what's going on when it comes to condo and townhome. So at the present time, there look like 67 of them. So you still got a lot of options. They're ranging anywhere from 212 for a townhome right in Huntington Ridge. Huntington Ridge is a 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath, 900 square foot home, going for 212,000 to what is the most expensive townhome? A brand new townhome in Prosperity. So apparently this is still under construction. So these are new condo. The rooftop pool, look how beautiful this is. These are some of the activity that is happening in 28269, and this is one of the reasons why I put 28269 on my as number 1 pick on my list. There's so many activities going on in 28269. I mean, 28269 had evolved so much. There's just an endless opportunity in this community, in this area here. Niche.com has 28269 rated as A overall by Niche.com. B- for public school, A for diversity, A for family, and number 34 on the list as one of the most diverse zip code. So if you're looking for a zip code for family, it just has best of everything. Okay, not only that you have best of everything, you still have direct access to major highway. I-85 is right here. I-485 crossover 28269. Huntersville right there on top of 28269 is Concord. Huntersville is right around the corner. So depending on where you are, when we used to live in Skybrook, you rub shoulder with Huntersville as well too. So it's right here. 28269, in my opinion, is a zip code that if you were to ask me, hey, I'm moving to Charlotte, I'm looking for a family-friendly area, what would you suggest? I would say, yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. Our kids love it. We loved it. And because of that, I put 269 as my number one pick for one of the most affordable area here in Charlotte. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys find it helpful. If you do, please hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, give me feedback on what are your thoughts, what I can improve on, anything, and also give me some idea on the next video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Until then, see you next week. All right, thank you.